Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm Craig, and this is the Spirit of Vinyl. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Everything going well for you all, I would hope. Everything's going good here. No complaints. Friday night, so here we go. All right, well, I'm going to continue on with part 7 of my epic dumpster find that I had. God, it'll be almost 5 years in October, and I've never, till I started this series, I've never shown them all. I've shown some of these people have seen or whatever, but you know, had a viewer ask to see them all, and I can't do them all at once because there was way too many. So here we go, part 7. And you guys know you've been watching this for the last 6 weeks. I'm gonna continue on. I'm still in the hard rock section. I haven't hit the metal or the new wave of British heavy metal sections yet. I'll get through most of the hard rock section, it looks like today. And let's see, next week. Yeah, still be in it. But I got some cool stuff today. Some different things, you know, I don't know. Some of this stuff that I'm going to show today, a couple of them, I'd never even heard of these bands until I found them in the dumpster that day. So, all right, it's enough bullshit and whatever. Like I said, hope you all doing well. Let's get right to it. Okay, the first one is a compilation record. This one is called Guitar Heroes. This is from, let's see here, 1980. Let me get my notes over here a little closer. So there's your bands that are on there. Like I said, it's just a compilation record done by Epic Records. There's your track listing right there. And then it's got a story about, starts off, ever since Chuck Berry scooted his way across the stage, chunking out the back of a birth of rock and roll, and it talks about guitar work and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I've only played this like one time. No inner, but there's the Epic sleeve and shows you how nice and shiny the record is as usual. So, and it's a US pressing also, by the way. All right, next up, Led Zeppelin Presence, Japanese pressing, Swan Song Records from 1976. This is the front, there's the back. It is the gatefold. Has all these pictures on the inside of the Presence, which is this thing on the table, I'm assuming is the Presence because it seems to be in every one of the pictures. A lot of people don't really like this record as a Zeppelin record. I think it's actually pretty damn good if you ask me. There's the Japanese insert. There's your Japanese there. Some cool pictures of Page and Plant. And then the back has the lyrics in English on it. Achilles' Last Stand is on here. That might be just about it. Unless you're a Zeppelin fan, you might not know any of these other songs that are on there. And then it still had the inner. It's made out of paper, but it's kind of a thick parchment type paper. Really, really nice packaging. When I found this, let me pull this back up here for a second. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, what's that? It took me a second. This was not something that jumped out at me as a Led Zeppelin album when I saw this cover. I didn't know, oh, look, that's Presence by Led Zeppelin. I had no idea. You can see it on the side right there. Still in really good shape. Gatefold's pristine, pretty much. And like I said, this is on Swan Song Records. But yeah, I didn't recognize it when I saw it. I thought it was a cool looking cover, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. And I pull out, and I see it's a Led Zeppelin album. at the time, Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 4, you know. I just finished my Led Zeppelin collection by getting into the outdoor recently, so finally got everything there. But basically for me, for Led Zeppelin, owning Led Zeppelin records, I want to say it starts with that, but that's not quite true. I had a copy of Led Zeppelin 1. My buddy Rick, who died, I've talked about in the past, when I got his records, when I found his records, he had a copy of Led Zeppelin 1 in there. And I want to say Led Zeppelin 2 also. So that was really my first Led Zeppelin albums, but definitely not in the shape as the ones I found in the dumpster. My friend Rick did not take that good a care of his records. And like I said, that was a 76 Japanese pressing. All right, next up, Molly Hatchet. This is Flirting with Disaster, 1979 U.S. Epic. It's on Epic Records. It's a Pittman press. Nice picture of the band back there. You know, we all know Molly Hatchet. This has got Flirting with Disaster on it. Let the Good Times Roll. Boogie No More. It's all over now. Southern Rock. Great stuff. Song Flirting with Disaster is killer. I don't really listen to this a whole lot. I've played it probably once or twice since I've had it, but you can't get rid of them because, I mean, look how cool these covers are, right? So, still has the inner sleeve. It's got the lyrics on it, side 1, side 2. And like I said, it's on Epic Records. Like I said, just amazing how all these were just in the garbage. Every week I'm doing this, you know, I've had these for, I said it'll be 5 years in October since I found them, and I'm still amazed every single time I look at them, pull them out, play them, or whatever about how good they are. All right, next up, this is Beating the Odds by Molly Hatchet. This is a U.S. press reissue from 1980, which is the year the album came out also, but it says it's a reissue, so that means they must have pressed it a little bit later or something changed on it. Yeah, this is Beating the Odds. Maybe you guys are Hatchet fans, you know there's your track listing right there. I really don't know, besides Beating the Odds, I really don't know any of those. There's the inner on that. And this one is also on Epic Records. And looks just as nice as all the other ones. Alright, one more Molly Hatchet album. And this one is The Deed Is Done. This one's got a little bit of damage up here. It's creased in the corner right there. And you can kind of see it in the back, kind of sticking out over here. There's a picture of the band hanging out. This is my favorite cover of the three I've just shown. I just love this guy standing by the volcano and everything with the vulture on his shoulder and his double axe all covered in blood and everything. There's your track listing on the back there. And I've played all of these and they're all really good. It's just nothing I go to style-wise, you know. And this one's, there's your inner sleeve. It's got that and it's got a picture of the band. So slightly different than the last two. Kind of look the same other than different colors. So, let's see, that one was from, that one's 1984, and that was a Holland press, so maybe that's why that inner looks a little different. It came from Holland. It's still on Epic, got the same label on there. But yeah, that one was a Holland press, where the other two were U.S. presses. So The Deed Is Done was a Holland press. So I'm wondering if he was in Holland and picked him up, and then when he got back to the States, he picked up the U.S. ones, or if he had the U.S. ones, and then he was in Holland, and I don't know if this record collection moved around the country around the world with him or not. I have no idea. So it's just that one was from 84, and the other ones were from 79, so Okay, next up, Montrose. Self-titled, Japanese pressing. This is from 1975, Japanese pressing. This album came out in 1973, but this is a first press Japanese press. There's your back cover. If I slide this over, we might see a young Sammy Hagar right there in the corner. So, oh, see, now I can't get it to slide back. That's why, there it goes. So I try not to move the obies too much. Yeah, 1975 Japanese press, originally in 1973. This is a really good record. I want to say this is a debut of Sammy Hagar, but I can't say that because I don't know. I just know this is older than any of his solo stuff, and I don't know if this is where Sammy starts or not. I want to say it is, if I remember correctly. I think it's the first time Sammy was recorded. So, but I could be wrong. What do I know about Sammy Hagar, honestly? There's your English side. There's your Japanese side, Japanese insert. And that's a good, that Montrose album, that's a good rock album. It's on Warner Brothers Records. It's got the classic palm tree Warner Brothers logo on there. But yeah, this is a really good record. Good hard rock and stuff. Sammy's voice, very cool. I want to say he only did 2 records with Montrose before going off onto a solo thing. So, and you know, Ronnie was a great guitar player. So, all right, next up, 1975 Japanese. This is Warner Brothers Presents Montrose. This is their 3rd record, where the other one was the debut. This is their 3rd one. I love the cover. Very cool stuff. It's a picture on the band in the back. And yes, by now, that is not Sammy Hagar. The singer is Bob James. And this is a good one, too. Don't get me wrong. I like this also. This is a very cool record. And the thing is with Montrose, being a kid of the 80s, we had Sammy Hagar, VOA, 3-Lock Box, those type of, that era of stuff is what I had for Sammy as a teenager. But, you know, I had people I knew who were a little bit older, and they would talk about Sammy Hagar being a Montrose and how good he was and everything else. I remember he was in Montrose. You always get that old head guy who would be like, yeah, I remember he's in Montrose. And I never had heard any of that Montrose music at all until I found these ones here. So that's all I know of Montrose, those 2 albums. So there's the inner sleeve on that. Got lyrics on the other side. Picture of the band on the one side. I should open that up because... And there's the inside. Another picture and all your all of the Japanese lyrics and so on there. And this is the English side there. So very cool insert on that. And this is still obviously on Warner Brothers, since it's called Warner Brothers Presents Montrose. Same classic palm tree logo. Same shiny sheen and everything else. So, yeah, so that's all I really know about Montrose. Just those 2 records right there. All right, next up, this is something I had absolutely no idea. Took me a while to figure this out. This is a band called Murasaki. Japanese band. This is a 12-inch 45 single. This is from 1976. There's a picture of the band on the back right there. They are a Japanese hard rock band. The only thing I know, it has the song Free and Do What You Want on there. I'm saying Murasaki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Peter, maybe since you've lived in Japan all these years, you can help me out and let me know if I pronounce that correctly. It's cool. It's just got the 2 songs. Had this cool little postcard thing in it. I'm assuming this is maybe in order form or something. I mean, I'm assuming this is where you would fill your name out and all that, but I don't know. I have no idea, honestly, but that was on the inside there. I do not read or speak Japanese, and it's on Bourbon Records, and just this cool little 45 there. Played it a couple of times. It's cool. It's a cool hard rock type of thing. In English, you know, it's Japanese. They're Japanese, but they're not singing Japanese. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right, next up, another band that I'd never heard of until I found that, and this is Palace, the Sentinel. 1984. This is a press from Holland, and it's on Harvest Records. This is a gatefold right there, which has lyrics of the songs, and there's the back, which is actually, if you open it up, it's one big picture right there. Very cool looking, cool sound. They are a English prog rock band, essentially, from what I understand. I have played it, and I have listened to it, and I do like it. I just looked them up. There's your Harvest logo right there. Very cool. It's a great record. I'm not a huge prog guy, but it's very good. I really do enjoy this. Enjoy that album very much. But that's all I know by those guys. I've played that probably 4 or 5 times. You know, it goes in about once a year when I'm in the mood for it. I wouldn't say it's overly proggy, more of a hard rock type of thing, you know. But they are listed, if you look up Palace, as a prog rock band. So, all right, next up. This is another band I'd never heard of until I found that, and this is Rage, Nice and Dirty. This band has 3 albums. They are a English heavy metal band. It's listed as a heavy metal band. I would say this is more like a hard rock. This is from 1982. This is a German press on Carrera Records. Carrera, whatever. There's the back cover right there. But, you know, me being the man I am, I kept this no matter what. No matter what the music sounded like, this record wasn't going anywhere. Just in case you didn't know. But it's pretty good. Like I said, they're an 80s British heavy metal band, but they are not new wave of British heavy metal. More of, you know, like I said, it's more of a hard rock type of thing as far as my opinion goes. Maybe it's the way the guy sings or whatever. But yeah, there's no inners with that. There you go, on Carrera Records, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I know this is a German company, if I remember correctly. A lot of my German presses are on that same label, so that's my assumption, is they are strictly a German company. And another one, this is Run for the Night, another Rage album. Like I said, I'd never heard of this band until I found these records, and I've played these, and I do enjoy that. There's your back cover right there. Another sexy cover. Running for the Night. Looks like she's heading out. She's got a coat on. Not much else. Looks like she's running out the door. So, and that's also on Carrera Records. And it's another German press, and that was from 1983. And I do enjoy that also, playing those. Like I said, they have 3 albums. Those are albums 2 and 3. I looked on Discogs to get their first one. A little hard to find, a little bit more money than I'd want to spend on it. The only reason I was going to buy it is because I had the other 2. Not like I had to have it because I was like super into it or anything like that. So, all right, anyway, that's all I've got for this week. And we're halfway done now. I mean, this is going to be, I want to say 13 parts, so we hit part 7, so only about 6 more to go. So, and then I'll be able to go back to your regularly scheduled bullshit. I really appreciate you all watching, hanging out. Sorry I haven't been out there a whole lot, commenting and doing stuff. been real busy around the house. We had plumbing issues, and we're working on the deck, and yeah. So I've been kind of real busy throughout the week trying to get things done. Finally got a day just to come talk to you guys. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm doing the best I can. So I have not disappeared. I do like to watch all your guys' videos and comment as much as I can and get as much as I can in. It's just hard sometimes. So, but I really appreciate all you who are watching me. Thank you very, very much. And I will talk to you all next week, man. Have a good one.